안녕하세요. 네, 저 지금 울판엣지온에서 아우슈비츠 강제 수용소가 이제 막을 내리고 80주년이 되는 날이 오늘이라고 합니다. 그래서 오늘 울판엣지온에서 그때 강제 수용소의 그 어려움을 겪으셨던 그 학살의 생존자이신 분을 초대해서 지금 이 청년들에게 어떤 고난이 있었고 그리고 어떻게 이스라엘 땅으로 알리야하게 됐는지 그 이야기를 나눠주신다고 하셔서 저도 함께 들어보고 싶어서 이 자리에 함께 왔습니다. 그것을 여러분께 담아서 잘 전달드렸으면 좋겠습니다. First is we also went to France several times to help French Jewish people to make Aliyah with donors. So that time we saw many things, kind of anti-Semitic actions, because it was almost 2 years ago, 1 year ago. So it was very peak, right? Peak time of anti-Semitism. So what I felt is very afraid of living there, but still there are many people regardless of this anti-Semitic action against Jewish people. So my first question is, what do you want to say to them, who the Jewish people who is still hesitant to make Aliyah, not coming back to homeland of Jewish people?
I would like to say that everyone of the Jewish person needs to look very deeply into his neshama, to his soul, and see where he belongs. After 2,000 years of diaspora, it's very difficult. I think the decision is it's a very, very strong moment and very important moment. People, don't wait. They will kick you out. Come before. I was kicked from Poland and I wanted to go away because all my family was just killed there. And I knew that they don't like us. But it's like we are reading in the Torah. Today we are in Parashat Bo. We are getting out from Egypt. Just 1/5. Rashi says, Chamushim yatzu mi'Mitzrayim. 1/5 of Jewish people get out from Egypt. So we know that there are places people feel comfortable, feel good, but we have to understand, learn what is our story and what is our home.
The second question is that I also saw some young people just cry, and because of your words, your sincere, deep love for.
It's me.
Yeah, I also, even though I can speak I can understand French language, but I can feel right away how you guys have deep sorrow, deep desire, deep hope, deep love each other. So can you share once again to this camera, what do you want to say to young people who made Aliyah, just made Aliyah in this world?
They are a light for me. For me, they are my future. That's what they say. You listen to the witness and you became a witness. And now in our situation, they became witnesses what we are living now here. And for me, people who decided, young people who decided, it gave me a strength to live and continue to help and continue to talk. To give them a koach, we say, to give them power to continue. So that's the most important. And for me, it's so wonderful, to meet them and see they took an amazing decision just to come and to be with our people together. That's the most important.
the last question.
Yes.
Last question is that please say to Korea people who love Israel, who support Israel, and Jewish people to come back to home.
I think it's we have a psalm that we are singing when we make a bracha after the food. So we know that the nation, they will sow first that the God is doing something for us and for purpose to give a light to the whole world. And we sing it that first the nation see it. And we are one of this nation who realize this fact that there is something special in the Jewish people. They bring something special to the world. Even, I'm not talking about science, because what we have to bring, it's the knowledge that the God is one for all of us. And every one of the human being has a spark of God in him. And just give it to be shiny. So I want to thank your nation, to thank your people, that you make such an incredible effort to learn the Talmud, to learn the Chumash, to learn the Jewish text. And I hope you have good rabbis who can give you the explanation and to help us. This is incredibly important for us. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
My name is Fela, the little name. In English, it's Feigi. And to make it nice, when I came live in France, that's my official name, Felicia, because in French, when you say Fela, or fait ici, or fait là-bas. So in French, when I came to live in France, it was a very famous actor, Fernandel, and he had a cow, and her name was Félicie. So I was in problem, how I'm going to call myself. So then I say, I'm going to be Felicia, which is my official name. My family was not in the camps, but we are from Poland. I never saw my grandparents, my uncles, and my parents were in Siberia, in Komi. My parents came back to Poland, and it was an empty place. They were not allowed to go back to the town that they were from. In 4th of July, 1946, in the town of Kielce, there is a little house where Jewish people could come and get help, food, and organize themselves. The Poles attacked the people, and they killed 42 people and 2 babies. July 1946. My life I am taking from those people who were killed. It's a base of my life. I remember them every day. I think I'm the only one when I'm going to shul and I ask the rabbi on this date, it's a Hey on Tammuz, I ask him to make El Mareh Rachamim. So they ask me, why do you want this El Mareh Rachamim? I say, because I was born in the pogrom time. And my power of life, I'm getting from them. I have to live for them. If you are looking on the history, the Russians, when they came to Poland, they moved the border like west, and then they took Ukraine. That was Poland before the war. So when the people were coming from the camps or from Siberia, from other places, they were sent to populate this Shtachim. So I was born in a German town without Germans because they were kicked out. I am surrounded by the survivors. And since my little age, I am listening to their stories. My parents, they are singing songs of Russian army, the songs of the war, because they survived there and they met good people. I wanted to tell you that my first remembrance looking for family was to go with my father to a special place when it was a list from the Red Cross or the little papers on the wall where people were writing. My name is Yitzhak Meir Malovanchik. I was born in Vyshkov. My family was composed from Yankel, Zelik, Yehuda, Pesia, Trana. I am looking for my family. And you leave your address. I was going there with my father, and there was no family. In the same time, I was asked to say to the ladies and people around me, this is your uncle, this is your auntie, but they were not my uncles. They were just the family of survivors. From the door, my little brother was calling, Fela, come quick. What happened? My little brother is pulling me to the kitchen, and we are getting there. And on the table, there is a package, very strange package. We were used to get clothes from Joint, from America, but this one was special. First of all, this package has a special smell that we didn't know what is it. It was like nice, good package. And I knew already to read, means I think I have like 7, 8 years. On the stamps, it was written Israel. Zecharia Shimon Malovanchik, that was my family name, from Israel. And suddenly I realized that was from my father's brother package. We're so excited, kids jumping and waiting for parents to come and open. And inside what we see, little balls in papers. What is it? What is it? In magnifique odeur. And these things, they have a very special smell. You got Pomeranzen. What is Pomeranzen? Des oranges. We got a package of oranges. Maybe for you it's so common because you are born with oranges, but Poland, it's not a country of oranges, and especially in those days, which is 1954. In Poland, we don't have oranges. It's not a country. It's not a country when it's hot and you have beautiful oranges or lemons or grapefruits or whatever. So we have apples, pears, and myrti, blackberries. What we do with this? My father just took a knife, cut it like this, without peeling, and gave to us. So we children, we just took it, and what we are doing with this? We just try to taste with end of the tongue. What is it? How tasty is it? And it was tasty. So we ate the inside, we ate the white, and we ate the orange. Okay. So I didn't know that with the skin of orange you can make confiture, you can make orangette in chocolate. Okay. That was such a special event. And even our friends came, the kids came, everybody wanted to smell, to taste, and feel what is this orange. when you are 8 years old and you get such a special package, you want to say to everybody, you cannot say anything. Suddenly I realized that I was a very good pupil in the school, and already they didn't like me so much. And I was always different. They knew that I was different. Because the parents were telling us, you have to learn. Même si on n'avait pas envie. Even if you don't want, if you don't get, but you have to be the best. So how can I share my secret? I went to my friend Kubush and I said, we got oranges. We are too already to have a good secret. So that's okay. So we share the secret of oranges. Of course, the oranges were finished. At the end, we realized that the skin you can put on the oven and dry them and put in the cake. So I am keeping the little papers because the oranges were gone, but the paper were here. And on the paper, it was written, Jaffa, Israel. And of course, what was my dream? September 1956. It's a very special year because there is a lot of political movement in Russia, in Poland, and beaucoup de mouvements politiques en Russie, en Pologne. And the Polish people decided that they want to have their own identity, not the Russian who says what you have to do. I'm coming to school with my little backpack, which is from carton. I will show you later maybe, because that is there. And this year, we have a new subject. We have to learn geography, history, and Russian, the new language. So I am very happy because I love learn. Like you see already, I learn. But this day, it was something strange in the class. And my friend Kubu says, we have to go. Okay. So I took my little backpack and we go. Our class was on the first floor, and in front of me, big stairs, wooden stairs, thanks God. And suddenly someone pushing me with such whole force and shouting, Jude de Palestine. I'm just rolling down from the stairs and getting there with my nose bleeding, my little costume for school was full of blood, and my little backpack completely mashed. I don't remember who helped me, how they took me to the tram. I should take a tram to go home. But I remember very well that the next day I refused to go to school. Refused completely. I was keeping legs of my bed and shouting, I am not going back to school. What are they thinking? What the little girl can think about what's going to be? I was thinking in my little head. He was shouting like it's curse. Go to Palestine. It's some terrible place. But in the same time, in my head, I remember oranges. It cannot be curse. It is blessing. I decided I want to go to Eretz Israel. I want to go to Palestine, but I'm 10 years old. I am not tall now, but I was mamash little girl. So how you do it? But I got a special book in school. Do you know this kind of book? No. Because my grandchildren said, Bobby, על מה את מדברת? C'est quoi Atlas? No, you go Google Maps and you see. 1956, there were no Google Maps. You just have Atlas, and dans l'Atlas. On 1956, Israel is just 8 years old. So I asked people around, how can I find on the Atlas where is exactly the place? Have a look for Jerusalem. I did a project. 10 years old, born among the people who survived. I am listening to the stories every day. I am listening to the stories of the survivors around me. Some of them, most people from the camps, they went to DP camps to recover. But the people around me, they were survived like partisans in other labor camps. How can you survive going to the farmers to help them and get some piece of bread or something? I want to go to Israel with my 2 foot at 10 ans, 10 years old. So I am thinking how to do it. What can I take with me? You ask, what can you take with you? A special project, amazing project. I said to my friend Kubush, I want to go to Israel. What? You want to go to Israel? I'm going to Israel. I said, what? You going to Israel? How are you going? With my mother and my father. With his father, mother, and brother and sister? Oh, that's not the same. So I said, can you take me? Just take me. Because my parents, no way, they don't want to go. It's not a place for us. They became communist. So they have to build Poland, communist Poland. So my parents believe that this communist is the best way for the human being. And they want to build Poland, the best country. But I want to go to Eretz Israel. Okay, so my project just went down and down and down. My parents divorced. The family just was one more destroyed. And I stayed with my dream. Then we have a war on 1967. I was a student in the Warsaw University, going to the youth Jewish club, like you have here, nice place. So we are meeting there. It was like a club for Jewish youth, very communist, from parents communist, but we were together. And the Russians decided that Israel is aggressor. And it turned, and we were not allowed to meet anymore together. It was a special radio in the West called Europe, Free Europe, so we could listen and people were bringing information, so we knew that the 6-day war is finished. In the TV, Polish TV, the Prime Minister is saying all the Zionist elements, they have to leave Poland. What it means, you have to leave Poland. We are kicked out. It's not so simple. How you get out? Nous sommes à peu près 30 000 Juifs. We are about 30,000 Jews. A lot of students, young people. In Poland in 1968, in February, it was like a new wave of fresh air, of changes. Like in France, it comes in May. In Poland, it was 3 months before. And a lot of Jewish young people participate, and they were taken to the jail, to the army, and just told to get out from Poland. I see my friends around me who are crying because they were so assimilated. And I'm happy. I want to go out. But how you go out? You have to renounce to your Polish nationality and pay for this. You have to pay money. You have to bring any kind of certificates that you don't have any charges of taxes and whatever. It was not, they let us take $5. Sometimes people, when they checked on their bodies, if they have more. The Poles, they put water in the luggage that it will be ruined. But we left. I left. I went to see my father. My mother went back to Ukraine because she was born in Ukraine. I went to see my father and say, goodbye, father. I am going to Eretz Israel. When I have to say goodbye to my father, he told, you don't understand anything. I say, what? I was born when it was pogrom. I was kicked from school when I was 10. And now in the TV, they invite me to go from Poland. I'm happy to go. But in the same time, my heart was like, I'm going to live once more the story, not to be with my family. Already, they were not together, and my brother was with my father. So I said goodbye, and I didn't know if I'm going to see them. My joy to go to Eretz Israel was much more bigger than this. And I decided I'm going, whatever it happens. There's a lot of people on the platform. We are going to the train and we are going to Vienna. And from Vienna, we are taken to Eretz Israel. And I'm getting a shock in Vienna. I was sure that all the people who were with me in the train, they will go to Eretz Israel. And suddenly, on the platform in Vienna, I see the voices. South Africa, Canada, Australia, France, America. Oh my God, what is it? The people just left. So we are a teeny group. The $5 finished very quick. We took the bus from the place that we were living there for a few days, and we just wait for the plane to go to Eretz Israel. And effectively, people came home. First time in my life, I'm 22 years old, like some of you, and I am taking plane to Eretz Israel. It was a night flight, 20 years old, and the plane is coming down with big emotion. And suddenly, I feel smell. The people are busy to take luggage, to wear the coats, but what about the smell? Who is eating oranges? Nobody. They open the door of the plane, and the smell is much stronger. Much stronger. What is it? Maze. And someone says, Pardesim! Pardesim? What is Pardesim? I don't know Hebrew, anything. It's like a verger. Wow. I got home. I am home. That was my coming to Eretz Israel. Smell, it's the first stuff that the baby feels from the mother. So for me, oranges, it was like my mother came to me. My Eretz Israel my Palestina came to me. And now I understand that my life is just here and nowhere else. Thank you to listen to me.